Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to my New York rooftop terrace. Today, I want to talk with you about lie of working hard to achieve success because that was something that changed my life. That idea about working hard and only working hard to achieve something in your life is definitely something that I needed to change so deeply inside myself to actually be able to move myself from this state where I was thinking that that's the only way to achieve something that I want. So let me explain to you a little bit more about it because it's super, super, super important. So stay with me and please be really, really open because everything that what I will say right now, it will be life changing. So first comes that thought, that idea about how something should look like. And then when you actually think about the thought that came to you, you should ask yourself, is that true? Is that true? Is that thought actually the truth? And who would I be without that thought? So if I would not have that thought, who would I be? What would I do? What would I do differently? What would be my choice? If I would actually act and react from a place of fear or from a place of love? Because today I understood that a lot of people has same education, same books. We studied the same things, but I was always asking myself, what's the difference? What's the real difference about the success? Why some person is extra successful and some other just like didn't do anything? Then I read something really, really amazing that opened my eyes. And it said, one person who achieved success came from a place of love, and the other person came from a place of fear. So, our soul, the only thing that our soul wants to experience is a joy, it's a love, and it's expansion. So how we can change that? How actually happened that we had such deep, deep thoughts about important things in our lives that we are not able to change? We are not even able to spot them because they happen so fast that we are not able to react. It's determined by our genetics, by our environment. It's so deeply rooted inside of us that we are not aware. We have habitual behavior which is predetermined and it controls our life by 98%, which means that only 2% we are present right now beautiful in this beautiful time and space which we can call now. We are here now, even though we are always here now. There is nothing else except the now. But we are making our decisions only by 2% in a presence of now. 98% is controlled by our habitual behavior, which can be called paradigm. Paradigm is multitude of ideas and thought which has almost complete control of us. Which is crazy because every day we are thinking, We are only thinking that we are making conscious decisions. We are not even aware that our body is moving habitually, is doing things habitually. We are not changing anything. So there's that one person who got that idea about, I want to do something, I want to change something, I want to do something differently because I feel that it's enough. I feel that it's enough of everything that I was doing right now and the way how I was doing it right now. So yeah, that person only has that thought, and it was just like for a few seconds, and then something else comes inside and starts to talk you out from these things that you want, starts to put you in a different state, and you just give up. And you give up once, twice, third time, and then you give up, definitely. So the other time where this exact thought or idea comes to your mind and you maybe wants to change that again, you're giving up even much before that you gave up first time. Why is that happening? Because you're not able to trust yourself anymore. And by repeating and quitting again and again and again, you're losing that strength of actually achieve what you want, and you start to doubt, you start to fear, you start to talk yourself out from everything what you want. So then that thought is not now only one, it's multiplied. Now it's thousands of thoughts which are similar, and then you start to connect that with everything that you experienced before. You start to connect that with everything what was happening before, and now that starts to be your habit, and now that habit starts to be who you are, starts to be who you are, starts to be part of your self-image, starts to be part of your brand. This is a brand, let's be honest. We are our own brands. We are our biggest brands. We are something that we take with ourselves everywhere where we go. We can leave everything behind except who we are. We bring ourselves everywhere we go. So I want to talk a little bit, what's the solution? What's the solution for that deep self-image that we have inside ourselves? What we can do to start change that? First, what we can do, what I mentioned in the beginning, it's stop and be conscious of this thought that came into our mind, which can be really creative, which can be really beautiful. And then, before something else came up to our way, we can react immediately. We can react and we can make that happen. We can take inspired actions. We can follow that feeling of joy, of that feeling, I need to do that. Let's do it. Let's do it now. Because a lot of people just put it on the side. They just say, okay, well, I have that idea. Let me think about it. Once, twice, I don't know how many times, and just go. It just disappears. Just so many doubts come into your mind and you just never do anything. The best thing that we can do after we get some inspired idea is act upon it. We can just do the action part. We can just start to create. We can follow our bliss. We can follow what we actually think about it. And then let's see, we can say, okay, that was the best thing that I could do. And that's what I've done. And you start to feel good. You start to feel that emotion of, you start to feel that energy. Because emotion is energy in motion. So you start to feel that energy. You released something good. You gave something good. So now you actually reacted. You acted upon something that you felt inspired with. And that has nothing to do with hard work to achieve success. Because you acted from a place of love, from a place of inspiration. There was no should, must involved. It was only, I would love to do that. Let's do it. That was the same thing that I am doing right now. I was feeling that I want to show you where I live. I was thinking, okay, I want to show you how it feels to have that beautiful surrounding. I was thinking, I want to share with you how beautiful it is to have a place where I am right now that has nothing to do with the hard work. I was thinking that for me to achieve something, I would need years. And then one day I was having my lunch and I was thinking, whoever told me that? Whoever told you that, Carolina? Who told you that it should be like that? Who convinced you that it should be like that? And then I couldn't even remember. Who knows? Who knows? Everything what I was looking before, I don't know, like in which world, like some person took this amount of years, this person took these steps. I don't know who told me that. But that was my reality and I was acting upon that. I was doing exact steps like I would actually need to achieve that amount or that success that I'm willing to achieve. Please guys, be aware of your thoughts, because you are what you think about. I can promise you that. If I can bet on one thing, I would say you become what you think about. And you have to start think what you want to become. Be honest with yourself and take action. Take inspired action. That's key. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for staying with me in this first video, and welcome to my channel and welcome to New York. I will share so many beautiful things from this beautiful place. Stay tuned.